My name is Jeremy Watkins. I'm the owner and founder of Watkins Wrecking Crew. I'm a second-degree black belt. This is an instructional on single leg X guard, X guard, and K guard, all kind of combined. We're going to look at sweeps, and we're going to look at some finishes as well. Okay, so we're going to start with entries into single leg X. So the first entry is going to be off of shin on shin guard. So she's going to be standing here. I'm going to start with my left shin against her shin. I'm hugging elbow deep with my left arm. And then I want to frame on her far knee with my right hand. As I frame, what I want to do is I'm going to fall to my right hip and make it so that she can't follow me with this leg or back step. So I fall to my hip, I lift, and I shoot my hips up. When I get into this position, I want to pinch my knees just above her knee, nice and tight. I'm back curling with my left leg, and I can have an overhook on the ankle. So we'll go ahead and do that again. All right, shin on shin, elbow deep, entering into single leg X. Our second entry is going to be off of what I call inverted wrist control. So when we're doing inverted wrist control, just so I can demonstrate, we've got both thumbs on the bottom. I'm making a wrist grip on one side. And then from here, I'm going to be looking to hook or push my feet up on the hips. But usually the entry comes when they try and flatten me out. So I make my grip, feet could go up or hook inside. So one more time. All right. We go here. I'm going to hook my feet like butterfly hooks. I'm going to make my grip on the ankle. Transition all the way underneath. Right back to single leg X, pinching the knees together. All right, and back curling hard with my left foot. So we'll go one more time. Here, hook, grip. Okay, our third entry into single leg X is going to come from a mantis guard. All right, so I start in a seated position. She goes to push me back. When she does, I want to have a connection. I don't want to just stay loose like this where she can start working outside passing. So I come in, I get my De La Hiva, then I switch to a mantis. So I underhook and I grab my own shin. Then I'm going to hook my foot behind her knee so I can square her back up. As soon as I square her back up, I'm pummeling my left leg underneath, wrapping the ankle, and then I'm entering into my single leg X, pinching the knees again. So we'll do it again. All right, I start in the seated position. She goes to put me on my back. When she does, I connect to a De La Hiva, pummel under to get my mantis, hook, square her back up. Then I'll pummel my left foot inside, wrap with an overhook, and then I pinch my knees and I'm in my single leg X. Okay, so now we're into our sweeps. We're going to do our first standard sweep from single leg X. It's basically a tilt sweep using double ankle grips. So we're going to start in the position. So I have my single leg X here. And what I want to do is I want to make sure I keep my knees pinched tight just above her knee. And I'm back curling hard with my left foot. My goal is to get this far ankle wrapped with my right hand and then the near side ankle with my left. And I want to just hip up and tilt to the left. As soon as I tilt to the left, I'm going to be looking to build my base up. So I scoop my hips back, technical stand up, and now I've got my sweep. So we'll do it again. I start in single leg X. All right, have my positioning with my knees and the back curl with my left foot. I'm looking to collect up this far ankle. All right, and then I'm going to hip up and I'm going to tilt to the left. As soon as I tilt to the left, I'm going to scoop my hips back, and then I'm going to pull my left knee in, technical stand up, keeping this leg collected to finish my sweep. All right, our second sweep in the single leg X series is going to be a cross grip tilt sweep. And so from here, what we're going to do is often when I go and try and reach for this, she ends up moving the leg out of the way, so she doesn't let me get to it. So my secondary option is I'm going to take the left arm off of the ankle grip. I'm going to reach across with my right hand, grabbing at the Achilles. So once I have this, I'm still going to hip up and tilt, but I need a pull on the Achilles. So I go hip and I pull. to break her posture down. All right, and then I'm going to come up and wrap over the top of the foot, hug the knee. As soon as I hug the knee, I'm going to do the same technical stand-up, pulling my left leg back, but now I'm going to split the legs so I can come into a leg drag. From here, I have the option to either go cross-face underhook and come around, or I can do katagatami, where I'm doing a head and arm choke, coming around. All right, so we'll do it again. Let's get this way a little bit. All right, so I start in my single leg X. She doesn't give me access to this. I can't reach it. So I'm going to take my left hand off. I'm going to reach cross grip with my right hand, grabbing at the Achilles, hip up, and then I tilt while I pull this across my hip. As soon as I pull it across my hip, I'm coming over the top of the foot, grabbing the knee. From right here, I want to do a technical stand-up, pulling my left leg back. And then I'm going to split the legs with my right knee. And then you choose either cross-face underhook or the katagatami, where I can finish my head and arm choke. All right, so we're going to do the same sweep again, the cross grip tilt sweep, and we're going to use it to enter into inside sankaku so we have access to attack the legs. So here's how it works. Same attack. I'm in single leg X. She doesn't give me access to this far leg, so I'm going to reach cross grip at the Achilles. I'm going to hip up, and I'm going to pull the foot across the hip. As soon as I pull the foot across the hip, I'm trapping it inside the armpit. Once I trap it and grab the knee, I'll use the far hook to create space, and then I'm pummeling my left foot inside. As soon as I pummel the left foot inside, I'll go and collect up the far leg. So now I can attack, either foot, and I'm ready for heel hooks, ankle locks, whatever I choose as far as my leg attacks. So we'll go ahead and do it again. All right, single leg X. She doesn't give me access to the far leg, so I go for my cross grip, and I'm going to do my tilt sweep again. So hips go up, and I'm going to pull it across. As soon as I pull it across, I'm trapping it in the armpit. Using my right foot on the far leg to create space, I pummel my left foot in. I'll collect up that far leg in the leg brace, and now I'm ready to attack either leg. Okay, our next sweep option is going to come off of them peeling the foot off in single leg X. So this is a common response. When we're playing single leg X, everybody wants to peel the foot off the hip, and so we have to have our transitions ready for X guard, K guard, and a combination of those things. And so that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to hit a similar tilt sweep, but it's going to come off of her peeling my foot off. When she peels my foot off, I pummel it inside. And rather than me going and hooking like standard X guard, where she has some options to high step out, I put my foot here. Because when I put my foot here, if she goes to high step, go ahead and high step, I can push her off balance. Okay? So we use a combination of K hook and an X guard. All right, so when we're here, after she's peeled my foot, I'm just going to do a standard tilt sweep. So a lot of times they will keep their base. They're coming into me a little bit so that they're not immediately falling over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide my right foot down and push with my left to get her to sit. As soon as she sits, I'm pulling my left foot back, doing my technical stand-up. Always keeping this leg collected up just so she can't immediately get back up and run from me. So one more time. Single leg X. She peels the foot off. I immediately switch to a K hook and an X guard. All right, so from right here, I'm just going to slide my right leg down or right foot down to her ankle and push with my left foot to get her to go to the floor. And then I'm going to pull my left foot back, doing my technical stand-up, and I finish my sweep. Okay, so our next option from single leg X, transitioning into the K guard / X guard combination, is going to come off of their reaction to my tilt sweep. They don't want to get swept, so they drop their knee to the mat. When they drop their knee to the mat, we're going to build our base up and come up on a single leg takedown. All right, so here's how that works. Okay, so I have my single leg X. She goes to peel the foot. All right, I pummel it inside to basically a K hook in the X guard. She's keeping her base really strong, but she feels me starting to off balance. When she starts to feel that off balance, a lot of times what people will do is drop to their knee like this. And I can also force that knee to the mat using my X hook. Once this happens, though, I need to immediately pummel my left hand under and shelve the shin on my shoulder and look to control the kneecap with my left hand. If I don't, from here, she's going to start to drop the knee to the mat, which there are options here for me as well. But if I want to build my base up and get my sweep, I need to pummel my left arm under, collect up the kneecap. As soon as I collect up the kneecap, I'm going to build my base to my elbow, scoot my hips back, and then I'm going to do my technical stand-up. So my left foot will come off the hip, and I put it to the floor. I'm going to pull my right foot back. Then I'm going to look to pummel my right hand inside to the Achilles, pull to make her sit, and then complete my sweep. So we'll go ahead and do that again. I have my single leg X. She peels it. I come to my KX guard. Right from right here, she feels the sweep coming. She drops her knee. So I pummel my left arm under, and I'm going to collect up her shin on my shoulder and her kneecap in my left hand. Then I'm building my base up to my right elbow, scooting my hips back. Then I can put my left foot to the floor, build my base all the way up to my right hand. Pull my right foot back in my technical stand-up, grab the Achilles, pull to make her sit. Okay, so another reaction you will get when transitioning to the KX guard combination is they'll put their hands down instead of the knee down to try and maintain their base and posture a little bit. So when this happens, we're going to transition to an upper body attack. So the attack we're going to go to is a triangle V-lock. So from right here, she peels the foot. I go to my KX. And once I get here, I'm pushing on her, trying to get a tilt sweep. And a lot of times the reaction, like we said, was knee or hands. You can push it back up. But in order to get this, sometimes what I'll do is I'll push forward with my right foot. So I'm here and I push, she bases on her hands. As soon as she bases on the hands, I'm looking to collect up this elbow. All right, from this spot, I want to push up with my K hook so that I can clear this leg. So I push up, my leg will come clear. Then I take the butterfly hook or X hook off. I'm going to chop high on her neck. So I'm pushing hard with my left foot on her hip so I can actually get my right knee all the way across her neck. I'll lock up my triangle. Often you can try and finish here, but what I like to do is I grab the wrist. So I was hooking the elbow and I switch to the wrist. I'll push the elbow across my hip. I'm going to pull her wrist to the other side. And then I add my other hand to that as well. And then I'm going to hip in like I'm doing an arm bar. And I'll get my finish. So we do that again. Starting my single leg X. She peels the foot. I switch to the KX. All right, I'm pushing so she gets her hands to the floor. I scoop this near side arm. I'm going to push up on her hip with my left foot. And then I take my right foot as I'm pushing up and I chop across her neck. As soon as I chop across the neck, I'm switching to a wrist grip. Push the elbow across, pulling down on the wrist to the far side. Hips in, and I'll get my finish. Okay, so the next option here is instead of me going to the KX guard and trying to sweep or attack from there, what I'm going to do is as soon as she peels my foot off, I'm going to go to the tripod sweep. And when I go to the tripod sweep, as soon as I hit the sweep, I'm going to enter into the foot lock. We're going to break it into two sections. I'm going to go through the sweep, and then we'll look at doing the foot lock. All right. Okay, so I have my single leg X. She goes to peel my foot off. When she does, I'm going to switch my right foot here. I'm going to go to my left hip so I can catch this far leg. So I'm chopping here and pushing with my right foot. So I chop, push, and then I can either come up, and when I come up, I can get my points, or I can enter into a foot lock, which is what we're going to do next. So I'll do the sweep one more time, and then we'll break down the foot lock. So we're here. She peels the foot. As soon as she peels the foot, my right foot comes up. I hip out. I'm going to chop and push. Pummel my right foot back inside. Okay, so we'll just change the angle just a little bit here. As soon as I get her to the floor, I'm looking to wrap her foot elbow deep. And then my right hand is coming underneath, and I'm grabbing tricep, bicep, squeezing it tight against my ribs. And the goal is I want basically the ankle bone to be almost slipping out, and you should feel like their heel is about to slip. Then you've got it in the right spot. So I squeeze it here, and then I have my left butterfly ashi hook, and then I'm going to tilt to my left side. As soon as I tilt to my left side, I'm going to step over, and I'm putting my other leg right here on this crack. So I step inside, and I back curl. And I squeeze, and I hip in until I get to finish. Okay, so one more time. All right, I have it wrapped all the way elbow deep, trying to collapse the toes with my armpit. And then from here, what I want to do is I reach underneath, I grab my tricep and bicep. And I want her heel almost slipping out. Squeeze it tight against my ribs. Put my butterfly ashi. When you do your butterfly ashi, you're pushing out with your toes, pushing in with your knee. Even when we fall to our left hip. Then I'm going to put my right leg right in that crack between her knee and my knee. Here. And I back curl, I hip in, I get my finish. So now we'll put it all together. Tripod sweep to foot lock. Single leg X. She peels my foot off. I switch here. Go into my left hip, sweep. As soon as I sweep, I'm going to my foot lock. So I wrap it all up, fall to my left hip. I'm going to back curl, hip in. One last time. Single leg X to tripod. Wrap it up. Go into my left hip. Step inside, back curl. Okay, our next option is when they peel the foot, we're going to enter into reverse X guard. We're going to elevate them, and we're going to drop them into inside sankaku. And then you have your option to attack near side or far side leg with heel hooks, knee bars, monkey locks, whatever your preference is. I just want to show the sweep option and just talk you through the details of that. So, same positioning. I always start here in the single leg X, trying to chase my sweeps. When she goes to peel my foot off, my right foot goes up, okay, and then my left foot comes under and hooks at the hip. As soon as it comes at the hip, I'm usually pushing up, and that gets them to put the hands down. That's the reaction I want. So now I'm going to use both legs to lift and elevate that far leg and pull it to me. I'll reach with my left hand, pull it in to drop her to her hip. Then I'll go ahead and take my left hand, and I'm wrapping. I can start to attack that same foot lock we just did on this far leg, or I can start to look to enter into my heel hooks, knee bars on the near side leg. So we'll go ahead and do it again. I start in single leg X, she peels the foot. My right foot comes up, I'm kicking so that she bases, and then my left foot hooks at the hip. As soon as I get this reaction, I'm going to lift her up with my legs, and I'm pulling the far leg to me. I collect it up with my left hand. I'll enter into inside sankaku, wrap the far leg in the leg lace, and then I can start to attack the foot lock, or I can start to look to enter into my heel hooks.